Blood everywhere. These are real 911 calls, moments before tragedy struck. The voice on the other end is a lifeline in our darkest hour. But what happens when that call comes too late? Describing a scene so horrific it's almost impossible to comprehend. Tonight, we take you inside 3 of those calls, raw, unfiltered audio from ordinary people thrust into extraordinary circumstances. These are the final, frantic moments of lives cut short, captured in the chilling audio of a 911 call. November 13th, 2022, Moscow, Idaho. A quiet college town, shattered. The first 911 call came at 11:58 a.m., hours after the unthinkable. A young man, one of the surviving roommates, reports an unconscious person. The dispatcher tries to get clarity. Is the person breathing? Are they responsive? Confusion and panic build in the background. The initial report of one unconscious person soon becomes a scene of mass casualties. 4 students, Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogan, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, brutally murdered in their sleep. The news ripped through the community. How could this happen here? The 911 call became a focal point. Why the delay? Why the confusion? The roommates who found the scene were friends, now thrust into a nightmare. The campus emptied. Parents arrived, faces etched with grief and fear. The investigation was massive. Local police, state troopers, the FBI, thousands of tips, endless pressure. The call was the starting pistol for a manhunt that would captivate the nation. Eventually, an arrest, a criminology PhD student, caught through DNA and surveillance. But the questions remain. Why? The 911 call is more than evidence. It's a record of terror, a haunting reminder of the fragility of life. The voices on that call will forever echo the shock and horror of that November morning. As the legal proceedings continue, the call serves as the prologue to a story still being written. 4 lives stolen, a community broken, a nation forced to confront senseless violence. The memory of that day and the sound of that call will haunt Moscow for years to come. July 23, 2007, Cheshire, Connecticut. A town known for safety until one morning shattered everything. A bank manager calls 911 Jennifer Hawk Pettit, forced to withdraw money, says her family is being held hostage. Police respond, cautious, unaware of the horror inside the Petit home. 2 parolees had broken in, beaten Dr. William Petit, tied up his wife and daughters, and waited for the bank to open. The family endured hours of terror and abuse. As police surrounded the house, Dr. Pettit escaped, battered, screaming for help, but it was too late. The intruders escalated their violence, then set the house on fire. The 911 calls that morning are a timeline of dread. Bank reports, neighbors calling about smoke, the sense of time running out. Firefighters arrived to a house engulfed in flames. Inside, Jennifer and her daughters were gone. The evidence revealed unspeakable cruelty before the fire. The case horrified the nation, sparking debates about parole and justice. The 911 calls are a chilling mosaic. The calm bank manager, the panicked neighbors, the tragedy unfolding in real time. Dr. Pettit survived, but lost everything. His resilience became a symbol of hope amid horror. Investigators pieced together the timeline, exposing pure evil. The trial forced the community to confront darkness most prefer to ignore. The story of the Petit family is a cautionary tale. Evil can invade any home, any town. The 911 calls are the first chapter, the moment the mask of safety was ripped away. From hostage report to house fire, the situation spiraled out of control with terrifying speed. The calls are a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of violence. They echo Cheshire's darkest day. June 14, 2017, Alexandria, Virginia. A baseball field, a tradition, shattered by gunfire. The first 911 calls come in a flurry. There's a shooter at the baseball field. Gunfire crackles in the background. The shooter, James Hodgkinson, targets Republican congressmen and staffers, turning a field of sport into a battlefield. Lawmakers and aides dive for cover. House Majority Whip Steve Scalise is hit. 2 Capitol police officers are wounded. Officers Crystal Griner and David Bailey return fire, saving lives. The 911 calls capture the chaos, the gun battle, the panic, the desperate pleas for help. People whisper into their phones, trying not to reveal their positions. When the shooting stops, the field is littered with the wounded and the terrified. The calls shift from reports of an active shooter to urgent pleas for ambulances. The attack sends shockwaves through Washington and the nation, a violent manifestation of political hatred. The 911 audio strips away politics. leaving only fear, survival, and heroism. The investigation confirms the shooter's political motivations, a chilling reminder of the consequences of extremism. The incident prompts a review of security for members of Congress. Listening to the calls, you feel the confusion, the shouting, the primal instinct to survive. It's a powerful testament to the chaos and fear of a mass shooting's first moments. The story is sobering, a warning about the fragility of civil society and the danger of political violence. The 911 calls are the first draft of that history, a record of an attack on democracy itself. Even on a quiet baseball field, violence can erupt, and the first voices we hear are those calling for help. Which call hit hardest? Comment below. 3 calls, 3 tragedies, 3 communities forever changed. These calls are more than recordings. They're echoes of the moment everything went wrong. They capture panic, desperation, and the faint hope for rescue. Behind every headline, there are real people whose lives were shattered in an instant. In the darkness, there are glimmers of light: dispatchers, officers, survivors. If you or someone you know is in crisis, dial 988 or text HOME to 741741.